Let's get this thing done this afternoon, halfway home on a Thursday. Sweltering hot. Feels like dead of summer. We still got a few days away before official summer, but we all know what time of the year it is. A lot of things going on in the world today. Still watching the Iranian situation. President said we were going to hit them again today, but it was about this time yesterday when word started coming out that we'd made some more aerial attacks. We don't know what's going on with it. We'll wait and see. Give you the play-by-play when we find out. I don't know what all else is in the news today that we've kind of gone through. I've been a little bit obsessed lately with the uprising in Ireland over this immigrant situation. It makes me a little bit fearful that things would boil over here at some point if people give up on feeling like they're secure in their communities because our government just won't do the right thing. We're far from that right now with Trump in the office because their disposition and was just backed up by a vote of the Congress to get the money to fix this situation here in our country. We're bigger. This is mainly in our urban areas and cities where this has been the biggest problem. But we'll get into more of that a little bit later. The story, the headline this afternoon is there's been a new round of uprisings and protests tonight. Cops are out in force, though. Last night, the Irish people that were, by the way, if you don't know the backstory, a refugee from Sudan, I say refugee, an illegal immigrant that was given refuge in Ireland and just relocated to Belfast, was trying to cut a dude's head off in the middle of the street. Bypassers helpless because, and by the way, they're not necessarily disarmed in Ireland, but some of those people that fought in those trouble wars that ended in 1999, they still have their weapons and they still know how to fight. They still got their tactics and they're pissed off about not just that. That was an exclamation point about a series of things that have happened in their country. They want their country back. They're tired of feeling nervous in their own streets. Their women are assaulted. It's an unsafe place because of this out of control situation. And now you had a special needs guy who was helping this animal that was trying to cut his head off 4 days prior to that, helping the guy move in. And now he finds himself on his back, getting his eyes gouged out with a knife and his throat cut. It is horrifying to watch. If you see it come up in some kind of news feed that you're on, be careful because I mean it's a very haunting thing to look at. It's just one of the most savage things you'll ever see. So we got a second night of it. The difference now is I think the cops are more prepared. They have produced water cannon trucks and some other tactics to corral what happened last night, which was the burning of several businesses owned by these foreigners. They burned out some of the places where people lived, even some innocent people that had nothing to do with any of this got caught up in those fires. It really did spin out of control last night. It's nighttime over there now, so it looks like a second night of it. We'll keep an eye on it and let you know if there's anything else to report. I think that's it. I went on and on about the incredible sight of seeing a World Cup game, even though it's a friendly match in Jordan Hare Stadium last night. The South getting to show off how we do sports with all our pageantry and all our technology and our enthusiastic crowds, and then us as Americans getting to see an international event like that on a Tuesday night after a storm. One more thing about I've been critical of my school quite a bit in the last few years just because of some dumb decisions that are made. But I'm going to tell you, the athletic department, the administration, the Auburn police and security, working with Homeland Security, the traffic people, everybody. It's difficult to get in and out of a town that size when you've got 88,000 people, largely in this case, unlike a football game where a lot of folks already live there, are going to stay there overnight. A lot of folks were in and out because it's a Tuesday night. They still moved the traffic, had an incredibly just wonderful event by every measure. The foreigners were blown away. There's a guy named Freddie that has a huge American following now because he's been documenting. He's like de Tocqueville. He's the de Tocqueville of 2026, documenting his cultural experiences here in America, and Auburn blew his mind. Bucky's blew his mind. Our food, everything's blowing his mind. And so that's been funny to watch. Americans have picked up on this guy, and they're following him, observing us in real time as he moves through and attends all these World Cup matches. So that was great. Here's my point about the field. Last night, about this time, a violent, very large thunderstorm popped up right over the Auburn Opelika area, and it flooded everything. There was a flash flood warning at one point, and it really didn't subside till about 6:30. They threw the gates open at 6. The match was supposed to start at 7:30. They delayed it just a little bit, but somehow that turf is so well managed. It's one of the most sophisticated playing surfaces. They've got really high tech stuff down there. As how they move water off that field. They still got the game in. Because the reason I brought that up is I just saw that the English match, the whole thing starts up. Is it tonight or tomorrow night? It starts up in Mexico, and then America starts having their game. The England game in the USA, wherever that is, has now been postponed because that field is saturated. They're playing a lot of these in professional sports stadiums. I think that one's in Kansas City. They've had some huge storms in the Midwest. I'm just bragging a little bit on the field folks down at Auburn able to deal with this situation and keep the game on time, whereas some of these other events have had to be postponed. It's pretty impressive. All right, what else we got? That'll do it. Let's go to Roger. He's got a call about, I guess, the reflecting pool. What's up, Roger?
Yes, a reflecting pool. When DC freezes over, will it become the reflecting skating rink?
DC doesn't really freeze like that. You'd think it might. We all down here in Alabama think of DC as being in the north, I guess, from here. But it's really still right on the borderline of the south, and their weather is remarkably like us. They get more snow because they're right there on the coast, and they do get a little bit colder weather. But they don't usually get hard freezes up there like that.
Okay, so that was my question.
But they could always bring Hillary Clinton out there to just stare at it, and it will grow cold, and that could turn it into ice, like she does to Bill Clinton.
I'd freeze a few other places over, too.
For sure. Thanks, Roger. Roger with his contribution tonight on the reflecting pool. I suppose it's frozen in the past because it's not very deep. Remember when Jenna jumped in it in Forrest Gump?
Mm-hmm.
Forrest! She jumped out at the protest. And
Jenna!
Which protest was he mimicking? Was it MLK's protest or was it just a – it was just a Vietnam War protest?
It was a Vietnam War protest with the Black Panthers.
And she was all hippie. Oh, yeah. The funniest line in that movie, the funniest line in that whole movie, I don't care what anybody says, is when he busted in on the Black Panthers and said, I did not mean to interrupt your Black Panther party. Why did I hear myself? EC is in Hueytown. What's up, EC?
Hey, Leland, what's going on? Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody's trying to call her, and the minute I called you, good grief. Okay, I'm going to stay with you, though, okay?
Do it, man. That's what I would do.
Important.
Yep.
Well, Leland, I just want to tell you, I've been studying the both candidates in front of next Tuesday of the runoff,
yep.
Hudson and more. I really feel both of them got good credentials and bad credentials, whatever. But my main concern, my main voting reason will be Jared Hudson. And my main reason is because he's not taking any APAC money. I've Googled him, I've researched. He's not taking APAC money. I think that's something this country needs to be aware of and start waking up about and studying your candidate and put America first. And as you well know, you've been in the lobby business yourself, Leland.
Well, I was never a lobbyist, but I was in politics, I guess you would say, government. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the farmers, you got unions, lobby groups, you got this and that. But APAC, as you know, or many people may not know, they don't have to register as a foreign lobby group, which is a violation. They should be accountable for every bit of their money, where it goes and what have you. But
well, they do report.
Jared,
I mean, I'm quite familiar with APAC. They give to almost everybody in Congress. They're subject to the same limits as the other giving, and they do report because it's an American-oriented PAC. It's got Israel. It's a defender of Israel, but it's a bunch of Americans that put the PAC together, and it's very public information. Yeah. People pretend like there's some conspiracy behind this PAC. Almost every major interest group has one. It's our PAC system. I don't love the PAC system. They do spread out their influence all over to. It's kind of like the power company does here in Alabama. They buy everybody. They give everybody money, keep everybody off their back. And so that largely does get the attention of the electeds, but they don't have an inordinate amount of control over anything. I've seen it. I've sat and seen their lobbyists walk around. I've listened to their pitches. I've talked to the elected officials. The bigger gorillas in the hallways of our capital are the pharmaceutical companies, some of the defense contractors, and of course the very the left-wing groups that do what they do in their organizational way. APAC really pales in comparison to some of that stuff. So the idea
Yeah.
that and you can choose to have that as a standard. I actually understand that. Some people don't like are caught up in this, I guess, anti-Israel thing right now, and I'm not among you. But I do understand people in taking positions like that. But it is just a pure myth that AIPAC is somehow controlling Congress through a pact, through a joint American Israeli pact to promote those interests. Because all of the, almost now, you're right. If it's a foreign government and a foreign entity attempting to lobby Congress, if you're representing them, you got to register under FARA and say that disclose who you're working for. That's a law, and a lot of people get away with doing it and not getting busted. But APAC set up differently, and they report just like the other PACs here in the United States do. And we lost EC. I guess he got. You think he got bored with my long?
He got the phone call.
Actuarial. Oh, you think his mom was calling? He's like, screw him. Now, there's just so much stupidity right now. It's like this Iran situation. I have people that have hard and fast opinions about the Iranian situation, and they believe that it's all about Israel, that Israel has somehow picked a fight with this country, and we're just doing their bidding. And it's because they are new to the party. Most of them have not studied Iran for 47 years, like I have, since they took our hostages when I was a kid. And you know, every dastard and evil and violent thing they've done in the world since then is a bigger part of this story than just the fact that they want to annihilate and create another Holocaust in Israel. That's, to me, that's bad enough. But there are other interests in the region and in the world that need to see this pariah nation dealt with. And it's well overdue. And they got close to a dangerous position where the whole world would have been blackmailed by them forever. Put it this way. North Korea is a maniac, centrally powered country as well. But they're isolated. China's got them in a box. They're landlocked. The worst threat they are right now is really to South Korea. In some ways, you'd think Japan, but they're not going to mess with China. But they're a cult country that's walled off from the world, and a lot of people believe they've already achieved full nuke status. But they can't threaten a whole lot, especially American interests, because of geography. So look at what Iran has been able to do with a couple of fast boats and a drone program that's hidden, and we don't know exactly where it is, and some mines. They've attempted to hold the world hostage with oil. They're kind of failing at it because oil was still only $90 today after all that. But all they can do is make the threat. I've used this example over and over again. It's a hostage situation. A dude with one gun can take one hostage in a bank or in an apartment building, and then there's this long, drawn-out standoff. Even though that hostage taker is surrounded by SWAT teams and negotiators, and the disposition every time is to not do any damage to the hostage, try to talk the guy out. And all he needs is a gun with one bullet. Hell, he didn't even need that. He just needs a gun to make people think he's got a bullet in it. And on the chance that it could go wrong, civilized and patient people kind of try to work on it. And that's kind of where we've been. It's a hostage situation. The war didn't last 3 or 4 weeks. Militarily, these people were defeated so fast, it was breathtaking to the world. Then I think American expectations got high. Mine did. I was hoping that the people would uprise that week and go in there and kick these crazy bastards out of their country. You're talking about a civilization that's thousands of years old. There's a controversy in the World Cup right now because they've got a flag that used to represent the Persians. They call it the lion and sun flag. And when the Mullah Maniacs took over in 79, of course, they put in their own Islamic flag with that iconography. But the Persian people who trace their heritage and traditions and food and culture and values to their long-held Persian culture, they want their old flag back. So the FIFA World Cup people have banned that Iranian sun and lion flag from the FIFA matches. You can wave the flag of a terrorist regime, but you can't wave the flag of a people who are supporting the Iranian players, but they oppose the Iranian government because they're largely exiles here in the United States. and FIBA's not going to let them wave that flag. That tells you there's a schism in that country, and I was hoping that those people will have the power to rise up. But the maniacs are still in charge. Trump's been as patient, I think, as you can. There's only so much you can do from the air, and a lot of us don't support a ground invasion. But I do think we still hold all the cards as to drop the hammer on them and end this. And to me, the only way you're ever going to end it is to finish it and get these people out of power and let the people of that country take over, vote for new leadership. By the way, the mullahs, for you people new to the party and think this is some kind of Jewish conspiracy, oh, man, read a book. I can recommend some. It'll bring you up to speed about how we got here with this crazy-ass country. For the rest of us that know that history and understand what's coming, a free Iran would change the entire world chessboard. And instead of a hostage situation with a fangless, tattered, scattered group of people still clinging to power in that country, can you imagine the mullah still there, sitting on his throne in Qum, telling everybody what to do from God, and they got a nuke, and they controlled the strait? What would the world be like then? If they wanted oil to be $500 a barrel, it would be. There would be nothing the world could do. We wouldn't go. No one would go near them with a nuke. Many of our presidents didn't go near them anyway. Let them grow. Let them get out of hand. Obama, hell, gave them money to build the program. Most of the nuclear material that we're trying to get out of that country right now came during Barack Obama's presidency. They achieved that nuclear material during Barack Obama's presidency. Now we're trying to get it back and unwind all the stupidity that this guy caused in the world. And it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. There's that. Back in a minute. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. Lonnie is Furniture Company one more time for this sectional deal that they have. Let me try to explain. The store is full of beautiful things at all times. Lots of it, lots of selection. Lazy boys and living room groups and dining room stuff, and of course a huge bedding department and outdoor furniture. But sometimes Reggie gets a truckload or two of stuff in, wants us to know about it because they always want to move these things quickly. So they'll put better pricing on it, and you get a little better selection when there's a fresh delivery. Just a couple of days ago, they got a drop shipment of these big, beautiful, oversized sectional seating groups. Man, I don't even know what to call them. Power chassis, storage underneath the ottomans. I mean, you can pack 15 people in a room and sit on this thing. Sleep on these things. They're just nice. Great value right now at Lania's. They're in Kimberly, Alabama, right there off exit 280 on I-65. Go see Reggie and John and the team and tell them we said hey, and get yourself some furniture this weekend. It's going to be rainy and nasty anyway. Might as well do some furniture shopping. LaniasFurnitureCompany.com. Here's Matt in Hoover. What's up, Matt?
Hey, I somewhat agree with what you say, being that I've been a lifelong Republican for many years. All this talk about, we heard no new wars, lower gas prices, no new inflation, no new wars. Where is all this, going? And who is supporting, the person that said all this? I'm not blaming anything much on Obama right now. I mean, I can't say that Obama is the reason why we have problems all over the world. I think he caused problems, but look at what we got now. I mean, new wars, new inflation, printing money. We got our Congressman Barry Moore voted to give $5.7 billion to illegals. That's $5.7 billion to illegals.
Let me stop you there, Matt. What new war are we in?
Yeah. You want to say it's an old war
I
from
ask you a question.
1979.
We're not in a new war.
We're in a new war with Iran.
Crime is at a 25-year low. Some people say it's a 100-year low. The border is shut. We're not getting inundated with that anymore. The economy, by almost every measure, has improved.
We are inundated by the border.
It has improved.
The border is not shut down.
They're not coming across.
Yes, they are too.
They're not coming across. We're not having
apprehensions.
We're not having. You're high. Hang on, Matt. I'll let you finish, buddy. I'll let you finish. All right, 4:30. Back in a minute. Stay tuned. All right, let's go as fast as we can. Got calls coming in, things going on. Alabama Bass next up here on the show. Let that team come and improve your situation if you're dealing with one of those step over and in slippery tub situations. If you're living alone or have a family member living alone, that can be a scary time of the day. Some people just put it off. We actually have statistics on it where people just skip getting the shower because it's kind of scary, and that's no way to live, to be in fear or to have to get your family to help. Alabama Bass has, in addition to being a large company that can redo whole bathrooms and kitchens, one of their specialties is a product where they come rip out that old ugly janky tub and put in a easy entry, low rise. Some even roll in. They've got sit down tubs with the door. They'll just swap a tub for a tub if you just need a freshened look. But these are slip proof with shelving and handles and ergonomic design to keep you safe, or your mama. That's right, I said your mama. Or your dad, whoever in your family might need this kind of assistance. Keep you from having to go over there and give them a sponge bath. Y'all talk to Jill and John and Dewey and all of them and Alabama Bass and see what they can do for you too. They'll come out and give you an estimate. No pressure, a fair bid, better product, better than these corporate schmuckos. It's alabamabass.com. If you want to go see one of these build-outs, they have them down in Pelham. Matt is holding with us. Matt, I appreciate you holding through the break, man. I didn't want to cut you off too fast.
Yeah.
You were on a roll.
No problem.
I think if you want to restate something, that's fine, but I don't see the crisis that you were depicting by every measure other than we're in this impasse with Iran that's going to get solved. We can solve it one way or the other, which eventually changes the oil prices, which is about the only thing hanging us up right now. There have been zero admissions into the country. Border Patrol's picking them up at the border, but they're not letting them in. They're turning them around. There's net exports of people. Crime is record low. We just hit a trade deficit. The trade deficit's only $55 billion now. We are exporting record highs of exports. That means jobs. We got factory announcements everywhere. Pharmaceutical prices are coming down. We've busted up USAID. NPR is gone. The Department of Education's been dissolved. It's stunning the improvements that have happened despite the fact that Trump took the political risk in an election year to do the right thing and stop these maniacs from getting a bomb. I support it. And whatever cost comes with it. We're a bunch of whiny bitches if we can't afford $1 more for gas compared to the sacrifices of our ancestors in real crisis times. We're not in a crisis in this country. Most people go through their day and never know there's a war going on. They don't have any part of it.
Well, I disagree. I disagree with you. I don't know where you're getting all this information about, no crisis and no illegals. And
it's my opinion. That came right out of my head. I'm an expert on my own opinion. We're not in a crisis as a country. We are not in any kind of crisis. How in the hell do you compare this to? Give me another historical crisis that compares. A real crisis.
Yeah. I know people that are suffering greatly, so I don't know
who's
where
suffering.
You're getting all this about.
People are inconvenienced and things are expensive, but that's not suffering. You know what?
Yeah,
suffering was Civil War. Suffering was World War II when all the men were gone and the women had to go to the factories and we had to ration sugar and flour and people couldn't eat and didn't have meat for years. That was suffering. When they had to push their cars to the gas stations and were rationed every few days. Suffering was the 70s.
Yeah.
Suffering was the 60s during the institutional discrimination that the South did against black people. That was suffering. This isn't suffering.
Yeah, we have discrimination today, but
we don't have laws that tell black folks they can't drink out of the water fountain and get in the back of the bus. That was suffering.
About that.
We're talking about the definition of crisis versus inconvenience and a slow economy.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, well.
We're tougher than that. Military recruitment is setting records. The kids want to fight again. Right. Morale is up. Yeah. Retention is up.
They want to fight again. Interesting.
They're signing up. They were not signing up during Obama when you had dudes in dresses walking around in the Pentagon telling grown-ass men what to do. That's over. Those folks are gone. Censorship's over. We don't have all of the – I can blame him on every damn problem we've had since 2008. Yes, I can. I'll sit here and do it till 6 o'clock.
What's amazing, the guy that called in earlier, he made some good points about different things. And the thing is that, $5.7 billion may not be a lot to a congressman in Alabama who votes for, to help out illegals with $5.7 billion to help out illegals. But, I mean, you're talking about trying to stop the borders, and then you want to give money to illegals? $5.7 billion.
Explain that, because I don't even know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
That was a vote back in the winter, and I actually talked to Barry Moore about it, who I like Barry Moore. He was a different congressman 3 years ago. When Barry Moore defeated Jerry Carl, he was a better congressman 2 years ago. Times have changed. His alignments have changed. Club for Growth has come in. Trump has come in. Things are, the times have changed the last 2 years for Congressman Barry Moore, who was a great congressman 2 years ago, who did change the name on the Dothan Post Office. One of the bills he sponsored, one of the 3 bills that he's been involved in, changing the names on the post office. That's great. I
sense the sarcasm. The only thing I noticed is he started slicking his hair back. He used to have a different haircut.
It looks great. I mean, he's got the Gavin Newsom look. Yeah, I love it.
He went full greasy Gavin. I don't know when he did that. I've seen a lot of politicians do that. Hey, thanks, Matt. I just got a boogie. I appreciate you though. Thanks for calling. I get your challenge, but I just don't buy it. Y'all, I mean, we got to. Have y'all talked to anybody that lived before this generation? What a bunch of whiny sissies we've turned into. And it's exactly what the Iranians and the Chinese and others are counting on. They're not only counting on it, they're feeding this stuff into the news cycle through social media. And people are just sitting there, doop. Man, this is terrible. Everything's terrible. Everything's negative. Everybody's bad. The world is evil. The country's going to hell. And some of that's true. Maybe I spew a lot of it myself. I was just talking about a civil war because of what's happening in Ireland. I get it. But damn, dude. Your grandparents would laugh at your ass. Not you, Matt. All of you. All of us. For the things they went through and then what we're dealing with right now. They would trade times with us in a minute. Diseases are being cured. Wars are different. Hell, we're sending drone boats. We're sending drone boats. We got a drone boat now that can go 1,000 miles and rescue somebody. You know what they used to do? They had these Navy dive swimmers that had to go get people off the side of a boat while being shot at. The wars are different. We fight stuff with remote controls now with drones and missiles and satellites and lasers, and it's a completely different world. The only boots we've had to put on the ground in this situation were to rescue our guy that got shot down, and we did it. We're not in a crisis. It sucks right now. Things are a little like, meh. I get it. That's not good, but you're not. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take some calls. Who's next? That would be Tom in Calera. What's up, Tom?
Hi, guys. I had to have I know it's not a funny situation, but I had a small chuckle when this guy was talking. He was a British guy talking about that idiot trying to behead that feller in Belfast. Henry VIII come to mind. That's all they used to do was chop off people's heads.
Oh, heads getting chopped has been it's been a part of world history for sure. It's where the guillotine comes. It's what the French did during the Revolution.
If you read the Constitution, the original Constitution, which I have a pocket copy of, the only people that could vote were white male landowners.
Yep.
So it's always been the rich against the poor, and unfortunately that's the way it was. Like Vietnam, hell, I was drafted. Opie wasn't drafted because Opie had a job. Tom had a job. Too bad. Boop. So yeah, it's rich against the poor. But in any case, yeah, I was going to do that little thing about the chopping the heads off.
Thanks,
but
Tom.
You can extrapolate that and think about something else. And y'all have a great day.
That left me wandering in the woods. But anyway, thanks for the effort, Tom. Dale, what's up?
Hey, Leland. Got a little bit different take on gas prices that I haven't really heard anybody talk about.
Yep.
Prices under Biden were as high or higher for longer than they are now.
Exactly.
For no reason.
And we know the reason here. That's exactly right. We've got a controllable reason that they're up, and we did it ourselves on purpose. We can stop doing it when we want, and it's for a bigger cause. And you're right. It was just generally all the spending in Biden's economy that drove the prices up. Or in the fact that they attacked the oil industry.
Attack on fossil fuel.
Yeah.
His day one, and now at least we have a possibility of preventing a nuclear Iran. I'm willing to pay the gas prices for that. But I was not happy under Biden when it was just a green environment, green energy attack on fuel.
You just inspired me. Here's a phrase. I'm just concocting it right now in my mind. Under this administration, we attacked the Persian Gulf oil supply to stop nukes. The Biden administration attacked the American oil supply with our own government. They used our government to stop that industry, and that's why gas went up. Both are supply chain disruptions, and one is a consequence of a policy. The other one was the policy. It was to wreck things and make us drive mouse fart cars or little battery-powered golf carts.
Glad I could inspire you to come up with a new take there.
I'm going to refine it, though, Dale. Good stuff, man. We got a good show going all of a sudden. Callers are in here. I like all these calls, including Matt's. I mean, he had a take. That's okay. Everybody can't be as right as me. AJ knows. Maria, what's up?
Hi. It's not about traffic, although I do want to tell you, my niece heard you tell that man he was the best traffic reporter, and she knew.
Did that hurt her feelings?
I was going to call in and say, hey, what about me?
You know, I was wrong, and I feel bad, Maria, because you're so consistent. He was just clear and concise.
Her a really good chuckle. She said, I was in the car, I heard him, and I immediately thought, ooh, my aunt is not going to be happy about
She
this.
was sensitive. I'm sorry. We love Maria.
No,
she always helps us.
You know I'm playing with you.
Yeah, that's okay.
Back to the whole whiny butts. These are the same people who need an app on their phone to let them know they've been paying for a subscription for 3 years that they didn't know. They don't know where their money's coming and going. Hey, how about not stopping at Starbucks every morning?
Then they're buying a $9 coffee that tastes like cat ass, burnt cat ass, and you're going, oh, this economy. Oh, dude.
I know. Tighten the belt. Tighten your belt.
Shut
Turn up your
up.
thermostat a little bit. It's an inconvenience for right now. Do I like paying this as much for my groceries?
Yep.
No, I don't. But you know what? It's for all of us. Quit being such a selfish, self-centered. Anyway.
Maria, do you remember Field of Dreams? Remember the excellent James Earl Jones speech about baseball? I love that scene in the movie. He was just an icon, and he had that voice, and he was giving that history. But you remember the speech, AJ? Baseball. You have it? Can you pull it up? Baseball. He talks about how it's measured our time, and it tells the story of America. It's beautifully written, beautifully delivered. It stole the movie to me. A lot of things in that movie were good. Nowadays, instead of baseball, we'd have to redo that whole scene. Maybe I'll do it with AI, AJ, while I'm just goofing around one day. It should be changed from it used to be called America's Pastime. You know what America's Pastime is now? Bitching. I mean, James Earl Jones sitting there going, bitching. It's what drove us
such babies.
Since the 1940s. Bitching. It's what we do in America. If you stand here and bitch, they will come by the thousands to your feed and click like and dislike and comment on your post. AJ, if you post it, they will come.
Ray.
People will bitch, Ray.
They'll come to Iowa for reasons they can't even fathom.
They will bitch about Iowa for reasons they don't even know.
Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children, longing for the past. Of course, we won't mind if you look around, you'll say.
You'll ask to
it's
speak
only
to the
$20
manager.
per person. They'll pass over the money without even thinking about it. For it is money they have and peace they like.
Ray.
It's trauma they have and victimhood they lack. Bitching, Ray. It's what we do. We set our boundaries and then bitch at anybody that comes to our boundaries because of our trauma, Ray. And I will report your ass to HR if you don't like it. I need to rewrite the whole movie. I'm thinking through the metaphor right now. It may be our Christmas play this year. You never know. Richard sometimes wants to hand it over to somebody else. I may write a new Field of Dreams.
It's called It's a Bitchy Christmas.
Ox Foundation Solutions.
The whiners are coming. The whiners are coming.
On whiner and bitcher and moaner and complainer. That's the name of all the deer. Get it? See?
And transer.
Yeah.
And question mark.
Ox Foundation Solutions. Let them come take care of your business at home whether it's water getting in or moisture in the house, or you can taste it. Man, I've been in houses through the real estate business. You can walk in there and taste it. It's like, there's mold in here. This ain't right. That is a sick house. It usually starts from underneath. It'll buckle your floors. You get too much moisture coming up underneath wooden floors over time. Get that fixed. Ox has all the solutions for everything. That's why they call them Ox Foundation Solutions. They can level a house, fix the cracks, get the water out, get the mold out, get the moisture out, seal it all up, dry it all out, and encapsulate it, and you're good to go. They can do all those or some of those, depending on what you need. This is the company I trust. They'll be doing some work at my house this year. Oxstrong.com, oxstrong.com. Y'all, Allen and Company is ready to take care of you. If you've got somebody special you'd like to buy something for, or buy something for yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. You work hard. Appreciate yourself with Allen and Company. They've got beautiful things already ready to go, custom designs, one-of-a-kind pieces. But, of course, they can custom design something for you if you just got something that's uniquely you, some inspiration that you have. Maybe you don't quite have it all figured out, but you have just got a theme or an idea. Let them sit down and sketch that out with you. Allen will design it. You'll love it. You'll have your own personal jeweler. That's kind of neat. And the family's just wonderful. You'll like working with the Thompsons. They're in Vestavia on Highway 31. Allen and Company. Y'all go and see them. As we head into summer, Chase is up next in Helena. What's up, Chase?
Oh, not much, Lately. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
All right. So, want to add a couple of things real quick. I've heard Matt on the radio a couple of times. I usually like what he has to say, but I'm sorry. I'm going to have to heavily disagree with his disagreement. Most of the issues that we're having right now is not because of the current administration. It's from the previous administration, and it's from people on the current administration's side who want to snafu President Trump's term. They want to keep their situation normal. They just want to screw him all over so he cannot actually allow America to become the greatest country in the world again. And secondly, for everybody who is uninformed, we are not in a state of war with Iran. We may be in a conflict. We are not in a state of war. To be in a state of war, the president has to get in front of Congress and declare a state of war to Congress for Congress to allow a state of war. The last time we did that was in 1941 or maybe 42, when we got bombed from Pearl Harbor. Korea, Vietnam, the first Gulf, second Gulf, Iraq, Afghanistan, those are not technically not wars. They are conflicts.
Well, let me jump in right there because technically you're right, declaring war, but war is war. And if you're having a back and forth shooting event like that and people are fighting and dying, it's a war. And as of 10 minutes ago, we're bombing Iran again. So just to let you know, but there is no. These have been so far strategic and retaliatory and surgical. I don't know how much more we're doing, and they can't really shoot back at us. So I don't know that you'd even call what's going on right now, this as you and I are talking, technically a war. But and Trump has made no intention to stay there for years, and that's what he was talking about on the campaign: is Iraq and Afghanistan. This isn't remotely any of that. It never has been.
Exactly. I mean, we get in, do the job, and we get out. And and I'm sorry, but I hate that the gas prices. I'm looking at a gas price right now. It's $3.65 for the regular unleaded. I'm sorry, it sucks that it hurts my pocketbook a little bit more because we're having to pay more. But guess what? As one of your callers said earlier, you got to tighten up because guess what? A little bit of discomfort, right now, but in the long run, to set us up for better success in the future, I'm willing to take the discomfort right now and get it over and done with.
I do too. You know why? Because I got grandkids, and there's a generation behind us that deserve the same beautiful country that we grew up in, and not let it get ruined by third world maniacs coming here or nut jobs with nuclear weapons over there. We've got got a humanitarian right to do the right thing because we're the only country in the world with the power to do it right now. We're it.
You're absolutely right. I mean, look, I was born in the 80s and I was raised in the 90s, but I'll go ahead and tell you, this is the greatest country in the world. There will never be another country like America, and it's the only one we got. So we better just suck it up and tighten the belt and pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and go get a job and hang in there. That's all we got to do.
There you go, Chase. Teach that to the kids too, man. That's good stuff. I don't know. I think we've lost all perspective. Some of that's illiteracy on history. Some of it's just the times we're in. If we don't shake that off, we'll never be able to be the country we were before because every now and then there has to be a little bit of discomfort to keep pushing this thing forward, no matter what. And when we understand it and can define it, know where it's coming from and why we're dealing with it, it makes a lot more sense. Man, I can tell you all a fuel story. Maybe I'll tell you that here in just a few minutes. First up, though, Alabama Dental bringing you the show today. Dr. Brian, the whole team, 4 dentists in the practice. And I don't mean to leave everybody's names out. I'm just trying to hurry. Dr. Brian's my friend there, and the one I deal with the most. He's my personal dentist and has been for years now. And what a great shop. 4 specialists, extended hours, as late as 7 o'clock. You can go see them on a Saturday. For some of you with chronic issues with your teeth and your gums and all that, that's great. Go see the practice that really cares and does all that for you. Invested in the latest technology. It's alabamadental.com. alabamadental.com. Here's the news. It's 5:04, leading live, Talk 99.5, Birmingham Broker, bringing you the show tonight. If you got a car, truck, or SUV for sale of any type, y'all get it down there to Birmingham Broker. Just try it once. Once you've used their services and gotten their expert advice on how to price it, let them handle the prep work and the marketing and getting it out there and finding a buyer and haggling with that buyer and then doing all that paperwork, making sure that deal is transacted. That is worth its weight in gold. You'll make more money. You do less work than doing it yourself. You're not getting hosed by selling your ride retail, which is what's going to happen if you trade it in at a dealership. They got you where they want you. Boy, they get you. You fall in love. Then they say, come back here to my little office. And then they hit you with a bunch of nonsense. And they go, well, let me go talk to my manager. And then they got another scam. I've fallen for this too. You upside down in your car. There's no such thing as being upside down in your car. All that means is you owe more than they're going to give you for it. And they always give you less because they know a little bit of that you can roll into the new one. And then you drive off the lot with the new one. And then what happens? The new one is now a used one the minute you title it and drive it off. And then you've added debt from the old one in there. And your ass is in a sling. That's how people get so sideways with car deals. Start breaking that cycle by selling yours retail with Birmingham Broker. They'll do the work. You get a better deal. Then go haggle better at the new dealership. Find one that you like, and you're not encumbered by the old one and put up against the wall because of the fact they know you got to get rid of the other one. It gives you a bargaining position. Smart business for everybody. BHAMBroker.com, downtown 4th Avenue South. BHAMBroker.com. Well, just a few minutes ago, we are dropping bombs on the Iranian regime again. CENTCOM put this statement out, and I'll read it to you verbatim. U.S. Central Command forces begin launching additional self-defense strikes at 5:15 against multiple targets in Iran at the commander-in-chief's direction. The strikes are in response to Iran's unwarranted and continued aggression. So Iran shot down our helicopter yesterday. They've been firing off missiles at their neighbors, generally in our direction. I think they're just trying to stall and derail the talks. The question is this a continuation of bombing? I don't know what all we're going to hit. We hit a bunch of stuff yesterday. The idea is to weaken their ability to do this stuff. Every time they fire a drone, launch a drone, fire a rocket, get a missile off, it gives up the location of that missile. They got some mobile launchers that are hidden. They pop out of a cave somewhere. We find them, boom, we smoke them. So it's an intel operation every time they do that. So hopefully that's what we're doing. As for the talks and whatever's happening with the talks, who knows? The Iranians aren't being honest. Trump's not going to telegraph what he's exactly going to do. That's smart on our part. So you keep in the negotiation and you take care of business. Right now, I hope there's some fighter jet pilots. And you remember Iron Eagle? I loved it when the kid would put music on when he'd fly the jet. And he had a tape recorder strapped to his leg.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh, man, one of my favorites from back in the day. That's a good movie. I don't care.
It was.
It's cheesy, but it's good.
Well, you know, it's so funny. I was young when that movie came out because it came out in the 80s. And I didn't understand, like, old people like that. I didn't realize Louis Gossett was pretty old in that. Well, I won't say he was pretty old, but he was older. I thought he was like, cause you know, like Morgan Freeman, right? Morgan Freeman's been old for a very long time.
He's been old for 200 years.
Right. I'm like, dude, like, and Louis Gossett Jr. was old. I mean, I know the saying black don't crack. I'm 70, but I don't look like it. You know what I'm saying? No, so I'm not really 70.
You're 70, AJ? It is your birthday week.
It is. But no, I was seeing that. I was like, man, maybe it's just the way they did his makeup or whatever.
Are you saying he was younger than you thought he was? You thought he was old when you saw it?
Or it was like Driving Miss Daisy, right? Because
they made Morgan Freeman look 90 years old by the end.
He looked old then, and then Jessica Tandy.
That's the sweetest movie.
Man, but I didn't realize Jessica Tandy was that old. I thought
she was that old.
I thought it was makeup. Then she was like 150.
She was married to Hume Cronin.
See, that sounds old.
Yeah, nobody's named Hume. That's an old white guy name. And they were in a movie called Cocoon. They were in that movie together.
I remember that movie, Cocoon.
And you can't rent it anymore. There's some dispute over the rights of it. And I was trying to watch it the other day. I was just like, because it's an alien movie, kind of, right? You remember the premise?
It was like, I don't remember. They were like in the swamp.
Well, they had these alien cocoons hidden in a pool.
Mm-hmm.
When they'd go swimming in the pool, it made them younger. It was like the fountain of youth.
Oh.
Because I remember one of the old guys was singing, "I'm in the mood for love, simply because I've got one." You know what I'm saying? I just remember, I think it was a Wilford Brimley character was singing that song. I thought these guys are so old. Now I go back and look at the bios and IMDb. They're younger than I am now.
Right.
What the hell?
But people, I don't know. I digress. I know you were talking about Iron Eagle.
Yeah, how did we get here? Iron Eagle bombing.
I would say
yeah.
like most people, they look older than they actually was. You know, because you think about Sanford and Son.
Oh Lord,
was Fred's friend. He was like 37, but they made him look like he was like 60.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at the Golden Girls back then in that show. I know they were intentionally supposed to look older. But like the modern actresses that are still like Sofia Vergara, we've been watching Modern Family. She's in her 50s now.
Mm-hmm.
That woman's older than they were on that show today. It's different. Standards different now.
Yeah.
I don't care. And women have penises now. Everything's changed. It's just all crazy. So what was I talking about? Bombing. Yeah, bombing. On Iron Eagle, he'd always play music when he'd go on the little runs, you know, learning. He'd play a what would he play? That it wasn't a Kenny Loggins song. It was a little Top Gun-ish. But anyway, it was a Queen song, One Nation. You got to play it in the next bumper break. I was just picturing our boys this afternoon putting on a little Free Bird or something and just hitting it. Free Bird. That's a good. What would be the best song if you were flying a fighter jet right now, AJ? If you were dropping bombs on people, if you had some like motivational music, I put you on the spot. What would be your song? Not the Gap Band. You can't use "Drop a Bomb on Me."
Oh man,
because I was already going to use it. No.
I mean, that would have been my thing. You dropped a bomb on me, baby.
You know, some pilot's done that somewhere.
Oh, you already know.
Free Bird.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to pull up the soundtrack.
Free Bird's also the ultimate lovemaking song. I mean,
really?
We've told that. Yeah, it starts off real slow and easy. You know how it starts. By the end of the song, complete Pound Town.
If you make it that far.
It is a long song. Somebody posted that, I think it was on Dixon's timeline. This guy says, "Man, 1 minute I'm in the 8th grade listening to Stairway to Heaven, and the next thing you know, I'm applying for Social Security." And somebody commented on it and said, "Well, it is a long song." I don't even know how we got down that dirt road. Yeah, but so we're dropping bombs tonight, and we'll keep you updated as best we can the next 45 minutes. I don't know that we're going to learn too much. There'll be probably a CENTCOM briefing in the morning. We'll see what the targets were. It's right there, according to this map. I'm assuming it's accurate. It is on the northern sort of shore of the Strait of Hormuz in that big crook where they're bottling everything up. And we think that's where they've been launching these drones. One of the drones that got toward our helicopter and put that thing in the drink. Now, I heard a story of how the helicopter came down. Is when I first heard this story, I thought, how could a drone get the jump on a sophisticated Apache? Well, drones are usually suicide. The ones they're using in this region in that way are autonomous and suicidal, which means the drone's going to lock on and blow up on the helicopter. And my understanding is the pilots understood that the drone had locked on, so they put the helicopter down. They crash landed it to try to get away from the drone so they wouldn't blow up, and may have saved their lives. They were able to get out of the helicopter. So I wondered how all that worked. They don't have the same kind of ejection capability because of the rotor that you have on a fighter jet where you can shoot straight up in the air. So more details on that coming out too. So a developing story this afternoon, 2 U.S. airstrikes on Bandar Abbas and southern Iran. And that may be the end of it. Let's see. Islamic regime as we speak, blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is give them hell, fellas. They got it coming. That's what they get. Felicia is on a cell phone. What's up, Felicia?
Hey, Leland, I got a song for the pilots to play as they're making their bombing runs.
What would you play?
Queen, another one bites the dust.
See, there's 2 Queen songs now. Good job. Is that too easy? Thank you, Felicia.
You're welcome.
Bye, Felicia.
How about I got friends in low places? I'm just saying they're down on the ground. And I'm trying to get creative with it. I'm trying to do the non-obvious. Did you pull up the soundtrack for that movie?
I did.
You know what? I'm trying to introduce, especially Jessica's youngest, because he and I we're like movie buddies now, and I'm trying to. He's gone through the Rocky series with me. I'm teaching him all the testosterone movies because they don't make those anymore. Men have to be a bunch of whiny bitches, and so we're watching all the testosterone movies from back in the day. He could be ready for Iron Eagle. I may have made him watch that already. Now that it's come up on the show. One more time for Alabama Gold Refinery 2. That's Steve and the team over in Homewood. If you want to buy, sell, trade, get into the gold game in some way, that's where you do it. That's where you get fair prices, good value, just wonderful people. It's smart. You want to take possession of this stuff. Some people trust the certificate system because they are holding it for you in a vault in Switzerland, and one day you'll be able to get over there and get to it, really. And when the meltdown comes, I'd rather have possession of it, and you can do that. You can put it in the palm of your hand at AGR, or conversely, take your stuff in and sell it for cash money, because sometimes you want to get out of that position because you need the cash. And this is a place to do that from time to time, to build your collection or trade. They'll trade with you. Say you've got a bunch of old jewelry you don't need anymore. They call it scrap, but maybe it's real stuff. They will take it for its weight value and give you another stamped version of something like that. It is Alabama Gold Refinery there in Homewood, across from the big Regions Bank, the big tall building right there in the middle of Homewood. AlabamaGoldRefinery.com. Bubba is up next. What's up, Bubba?
Metallica Hero of the Day for the bomb song.
There's a bunch of Metallica songs. I like it. There's a bunch of Metallica songs I'd put on that playlist. If it's a long bombing run, yeah. Greg, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I have the perfect song, and it can't be topped.
All right.
The Eagles, and this not only works for your bombing run, but it also works for your bombing run in the bedroom.
Okay, all right now.
Life in the fast lane.
I'm trying to figure out how that even starts.
Quick. It's over quick.
It's about a 2-minute song. I get what you're saying there, Greg. Greg always, you know what? Greg reminds me of my best friend growing up. Their voices sound just like. Some days I think I'm being punked. Robin is up next in Double Springs. What do you know, Robin?
I've got a bombing run song for you.
Okay.
Def Leppard, Armageddon It.
Armageddon It. Okay, all right. That's got a groove to it, but I can see that. Now, some people have just tuned in. Thanks, Robin. And they're thinking we're talking about going to the toilet because, AJ, we're literally saying bombing run. And I guess this could apply to either one. It just depends on how creative you want to be with it. Axiom Tax Resolution Group, one more time for my buddy Perry Cronin and that team, helping you get unwound with the IRS. Boy, they will come after you. They'll be all up in you like a bicycle seat, man, on a hot summer day if they think you owe them money. And there's no point in being intimidated, losing sleep, wondering how you're going to do it. Get online. You're not going to find answers online. Perry Cronin has forgotten more about the tax code than you're ever going to find online. He will get you worked out. He knows the programs that are set up to protect you, the laws that protect you from harassment, the settlement programs that you can apply to get the debt reduced, even a payback model, so maybe you can get an installment plan. If you're not running from them and you're trying to deal with it, they quit chasing. They have to quit chasing you. They chase you because they think you're trying to get away with something. If you got Perry on the phone dealing with it on your behalf, they work with him. They do it all the time. He knows he works with them. They work with him. He's got the whole code. Perry Cronin, Axiom Tax Resolution Group, 205tax.com. 205tax.com. Hunter is next. Hunter, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, man, I got a song for a bombing run. Metallica, Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman is that's an epic song it's a good walkout song. It does a lot of things.
Dude,
it's a good workout song.
Let's go Hokies is all I can say.
Virginia Tech, man. I saw somebody post about that last night saying it was the greatest tradition in college football. The Auburn World Cup match brought up all these stories about college traditions and all the pageantry that we do in the South, in particular, and I guess all over the country at our football fields. The rest of the world doesn't even know about it. So Major League Soccer, World Soccer, got to see a SEC team show off last night. They were apparently quite impressed. I was impressed. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that we can do these kind of things and show off for them. But that came up, the Hokies coming out too. The coolest thing was when Metallica actually played there and played the song for them in their stadium after they'd been using it. Now, that was good stuff right there. Barbie is in Warrior. What's up, Barbie? Barbie.
Hey, I have a song for you.
Hey, what you got?
I'm here.
All right.
Hey, I have a song for you.
Okay.
Rock the Casbah.
Rock the Casbah is pretty good. It's about bombing.
Yeah.
You know,
it is. Awesome song.
I'm going to mess with your mind right now, Barbie, and I'm going to mess with everybody's minds right now.
Uh-oh.
In the middle of Rock the Casbah, toward the end, I remember when that song was out. It was in the early 80s. I had just gotten a Casio watch for Christmas. And that little Casio watch, if you hit the little button, would play a little song. And the song was one of the refrains from the song Dixie, right? And it would play Dixie. That was the thing in the 80s, car horns. And this little watch would do it. If you listen to Rock the Casbah, you can hear that Casio watch in that song. I'm not making that up. You can hear it. You can hear it toward the end. I've actually searched it up, and they did include some sound effects in that song. It's a true story. Now everybody's I just hung up on Barbie. Everybody's going to be trying to do that tonight. I'm telling you, you can hear it toward the end. I think we did this experiment on the radio one time. All right, let's get this break in here, and we'll keep talking about the songs. I'll update you on the latest on the strikes. Information's a little slow coming in, but massive strikes in a place called Manab and Sarik. I'm learning more Iranian names than I ever thought I would. We'll give you updates on that here in just a minute. Crocker Moving Services also bringing you the show tonight. That's Eric and his team. If y'all have got anything to move this summer, let them help. They'll get it moved. It'll be done. You won't have a sore back and drop your stuff and break it and lose friendships and cuss your family members. And moving sucks. Let the pros do it. It's of course, Eric and his whole team. Eric's a former Marine. That's all he's ever done. I love his ad where he says, I've only done two things. I've been a Marine and a mover. And in some ways, those two are similar in that you got to do things right. It's logistics, it's efficiency, discipline, strength, endurance, leadership. You got to lead those strong men working around you and have them do a good job, show up on time, get that stuff moved. Eric leads by example, and I love that about this company. They can move you across the country, or they've got a 2-hour minimum, depending on what you got to get done. CrockerMovingServices.com, CrockerMovingServices.com. This better be good, AJ, because it feels kind of satanic. I don't even know what's happening right now. What is this? What are we doing? What are we doing?
You gotta wait. You asked for this song.
What is it? Is this from the Iron Eagle movie?
Yeah,
I didn't know it started off with the devil. I haven't heard this long version. Oh yeah, is this the Queen version?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the song when he goes to get his dad. I don't think I'm blowing anything. The movie's like 40 years old.
Man, wait a minute. What happened? I haven't seen the movie yet.
I think there's like 18 versions of this. And I think they did this. I think they did this song for this movie. See, this is the part they used in the movie. How 80s does this sound
gosh,
right
this
here?
is really 80s.
This is so 80s.
Got a Walkman in his cockpit. And
Yeah.
He's putting it in there.
He's got it strapped to his leg. He puts in the cassette, and it helps him fly. That's where we came up with this.
And then it's always like that guy that gives him a thumbs up as he flies.
Like the Mentos commercial. Yes. Roger.
And everybody's like, the colonel of the place, like, who took my plane? Because he stole the plane from the Air Force Base. This one security was lax back in them days.
This is a great song, man. This was also a time in America when a flaming homosexual could sing a patriotic song, and we didn't have to memorize new pronouns. It was outstanding. We all felt good about it. Thank you, Freddie Mercury. He wasn't even American. Thomas is up next on a cell phone. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, now, I got a little different take on the song I would use, and maybe AJ can pull it up. It's called Prelude to War.
Yep.
From the Battlestar Galactica soundtrack.
Okay, we just went space nerd. Okay, I don't know that one,
Yeah.
but so Prelude to War. Okay,
But it is,
I get it.
it's instrumental to start with, and then it's just real fast paced, and it builds up, but it's exactly what you're thinking about when you're on a mission. And if you listen to it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna. We might be able to have time to still pull it up. We should have started this
All right.
way earlier in the show. Thanks, Thomas. Problem is, Trump just decided to pull the trigger on the bombing, so it gave us the idea. If you were going on a bombing run and you could pick a song to have in your headphones, so you could just bomb the snot out of those losers, what would you play? Spider Monkey. What would you play? There's Spider Monkey in the truck.
I'd put a big truck horn on the plane, and I'd make sure that they knew I was coming. And then right over target, the safety comes off on his weapons, and the pilot knows exactly what he's ready to hear. It's Thunderstruck.
Yeah, that's a little AC/DC.
And then on his way back, what is that song? 99 Red Balloons comes on in his headset.
Luftballoons would it be the Luftballoons, the German version? Because that was quite a hit as well. So.
Oh heck yeah, both of them. And that was in Germany back then when that came out.
That was a weird song.
All
Thanks,
right.
Spider Monkey. I like the horn
That's
though.
all.
Toot your horn at him and then bomb the snot out of him. AJ, how about come on, man, Jerry Reed, Eastbound and Down. I'm just trying to break up the genre because any AC/DC and Michael, not Michael Jackson, any Metallica and AC/DC is going to work. Any of y'all got anything quirky? I see Cheese Man over there. Cheese, you're going to have to hold, buddy. We got to do a break. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned. Leland Live.